Okay, so here is your we're going to start a new writing lesson finally. We are finally done with the writing lesson, the persuasive essay. Now we are focusing on a different kind of writing. We are going to be doing another narrative. So it says the focus statement is a good story has key parts to keep the reader interested. What you need is from inside of your packet, you need the paper that says Word Bank. Whenever I say take out your writing packet, this is the packet I am referring to. It says Word Bank on there, and on the bottom it says 4.1 and has a picture of a robot. You're gonna have to get that out. All right, so a story comes from imagination. So what we're doing is we're doing imaginative writing. What is an imagination? Who can raise their hand and tell me, what's an imagination, Dominic? Something that you pretend or something that is made up, right? When do you use your imagination? Raise your hand. Leah? I'm sorry? When you pray? When you play. Good job. You use your imagination when you play. What do you like to imagine? Who wants to raise their hand and tell me their opinion? What do you like to imagine, Mariah? That she's floating in the sky. Very good. What do you like to imagine, Dustin? That you go surfboarding, okay. What do you like to imagine, Leah? What? That you're a cat. She likes to imagine she's a cat, okay. What do you like to imagine, Brenaya? That she's a wolf. A werewolf. What do you like to imagine, Amaria? That you're a dragon. Wow, you guys have such beautiful imaginations. All right, so what I want you to do is on this paper, I want you to write, don't write too big because we're going to write some stuff here later. But just at the top, I want you to write one or two things that you imagine, that you like to imagine. So you're going to write, I like to imagine, and tell me what. The first question I know I'm going to get is, how do you spell imagine? I already knew it. Imagine. I-M-A-G-I-N. Imagine. So you're going to write, I like to imagine. I-M-A-G-I-N. And tell me in your own words what you like to imagine. Write that down on your paper. You can pause the video now. Okay. So a story comes from a person's imagination. And that is called a narrative. A narrative is a story that comes from a person's imagination. So that's what we're going to write. We're going to write an imaginative narrative. And what that means is a story that comes from your imagination. How do you know when a story is coming from someone's imagination? How do you know that this is somebody imagined this, that it's not real? How do you know that, Miss Brenaya? Good, because it's not really real. It's not really possible. You can't really float in the sky like Mariah said, right? It's not possible. She imagined it. She can imagine it. But you can't really become a cat or a werewolf. But you can imagine it, right? Okay. So what makes it a good story? What makes a story a good story? Who, this is your opinion. Raise your hand. Leah, what makes a story a good story? A story what? Okay, but what kind of things? What kind of things is in a story that makes it a good story? Jasmine? Huh? A dog? What kind of dog? Okay, what kind of things are in a story that make it a good story, Brenaya? Okay, maybe the characters. How about if it's funny? Does it make it a better story? That's why you guys like to read Bad Guys, because it's funny, right? Right? So what kind of things in stories make the story easy or fun? What makes it fun? What do you like to read about? Is that a better question? Who can raise their hand and tell me what kind of things do you like to read in stories? Jacob H. Funny stories. Destin? Okay, he just said that. Someone else that's not a funny story? Jasmine? Scary. Those Goosebumps books. They're scary stories. They're scary stories. Amaria? Mysteries. Very good. You think sometimes when they have puzzles in the stories, it makes it a better story. Okay, good job. All right. Who can raise their hand and tell me what is your favorite story?
You already know.
What is your favorite story, Jacob Cardenas? The what story? Texas. But what? Tell me a title of a story that's your favorite story. Dominic. Narwhal. Very good. Unicorn of the Sea. That's his favorite story. Why is that your favorite story, Dominic? Because it's funny. Very good. What is your favorite story, Leah? Okay. What is the book called? I'm asking you for a specific title of a story that you really liked. Who can help me with that? Amaria? Huh? Pig the Pug. Okay, very good. Why is that your favorite story? So it's funny? Good, because it's funny. Very good. All right, so every story, I'll wait. Every good imaginative story always has a beginning, middle, and end. Okay? It always has a beginning, middle, and end. So, the elements of a narrative, it has a beginning, middle, and end. You have to meet the characters. Characters are people and animals, and it has to have a setting, the time and a place. In the middle of a story, the characters face a problem, and at the end of the story, the characters solve the problem. So what we're going to do right now is on your paper that we just wrote on that says Word Bank, I want you to draw this chart. I want you to write beginning, middle, and end and draw this chart. I'm going to tell you, after you write this down, I am going to tell you a story, and we are going to write what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of that story. Okay? So I'll give you a minute to write this down now. You can pause the video. Okay. I remember one story I read. The main character is a boy from a faraway planet. He travels through the universe. Along the way, he meets other people and animals, and he has adventures. At the beginning of one adventure, the boy lands in the desert. He meets a pilot whose plane has crashed. At first, the boy does not like the man. However, in the middle of the story, the boy finds out that the man needs help. The boy helps the man keep snakes and wild animals away. He also helps find food and water. As the boy helps the man, he gets to know the man and he gets to like the man. As the man gets stronger, they fix the plane. Then at the end, the man wants to take the boy with him, but the boy says he has more adventures to experience. What happens at the beginning of the story I just told?
The boy.
Good. Who's the main character? The boy. We meet the main character, which is the boy. We find out that he likes to travel. He likes to go on adventures. He likes to travel. Very good. All right. So in the beginning of the story, we find out that the boy likes to travel or go on adventures. Let's write that down under beginning. The boy likes to travel or go on adventures. Go ahead and pause the video if you need some time to write that down. Okay, so then what happens in the middle? The boy lands where? Very good. The boy lands in a desert and he meets a pilot whose plane has crashed, right? At first, does the boy like the man?
No.
No. However, in the middle of the story, the boy finds out that the man needs
Help.
The boy helps the man keep snakes and wild animals away. He also helps the man find food and water. As the boy helps the man, he gets to know the man and he starts to like the man. Right? So in the middle of the story, he what? The boy meets who? Who does the boy meet? A pilot. Very good. The boy meets a pilot and helps the pilot. At first, he does not like him. Oh, it is? Maybe I should write more.
No.
Okay, go ahead and write this down. At first, he does not like him, but helps him find food and water. So the boy meets a pilot, helps the pilot. At first, he does not like him, but he helps him find food and water. What happens at the end of the story? He starts to get to know the man, and he starts to like the man, and the man gets stronger, and he helps him fix the plane. Very good. So at the end, the man gets stronger and helps the boy fix the plane. So the man gets stronger and helps the boy fix the plane. The boy starts to like the man. Do you agree? I think so. Okay, go ahead and write this down. Okay, so that concludes our writing lesson today. Tomorrow we're going to start priming for the text, the story we're going to read. We're going to prepare to read the story, and on Wednesday we will read the story. So today it's just a short, brief lesson on what we're going to be writing about, okay? All right, once you're done writing this down, you're done with your writing lesson. I'll see you guys later. Bye.